It's all about mise en scène.
You're in?
I don't know if anybody else is in, but we're in and we are live and
you're done.
we are,
Good.
yeah. It's also recording, so anybody who can't be around tonight will be able to check in later. Sit on camera.
I always buy my books. I forgot I took this out of the library. So I'm marking it all up. I never take them out. I just never find them. You know, I just always order them online. So I ordered another one online. So
You're gonna swap them out.
Yeah, but no, I'll tell them. But I missed the one. So, can't believe I did that. Brian. Crystal has a show at the Shelburne.
What is it now?
Crystal has a show at the Shelburne.
Oh yeah, she told me.
It's good already.
I got a list of all the places that she showed
Yeah.
me.
So that's very exciting. Imagine doing paper show in
Yeah.
the middle of
She was telling me about all the workshops that she was going to have over the summer. Too.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited.
She's very good at adapting, you know. She knows I want to do big. She's, you know,
That's funny because I mean her work is sort of reasonable size too.
oh yeah, she does big work. But, you know, I would say she, yeah, she does.
Yeah. I told her I would intern for her for free, and she was willing.
Yeah.
Talking about Crystal Colley.
Crystal Colley, the paper artist.
Mhm.
I'm taking lessons from her, and
Mhm.
she's really fascinating. You know, and she's adapting. 'Cause we're total polar opposites. I told that when she took me on. I said, you know, I'm really messy and very totally not, you know, succinctful.
Mhm.
And she's, you know, she's very good, and she's all sorts of techniques, and which is what I want.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. She went to see her studio also, and she's got a show at the Shelburne Museum, which is very exciting.
Oh, good, good. My name's Christina. And then another last name. She's very welcome. You have today. How are you doing?
It's a rapture has it, and most people were gone. We would have
Great.
a lot more resources in the room.
Right?
It's a win-win.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a win-win.
Sorry, that's like
This is a good set to be on.
that's what I got from our power.
Just crossing our fingers for the rapture.
Mhm.
Brian, did you write that really?
What?
No, I don't.
No, they're on. I actually made the joke one too with
You
Hannah earlier about how it's not gonna be all about it.
I wasn't there for
That
that.
was my toxic masculinity critique yesterday. I couldn't get over antagonism.
Yep.
I'll be holding up first.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm great. I'm like half ready for this tech thing to not work out, but I'm also actually broadcasting live right now. So
Nice.
Are you great because you're like all set, or are you great because you're past like stress? You're like, it's just gonna fall.
it's what I always told myself when I was an undergrad was you're always going to get everything done. And so you just kind of have to recognize that you might be really stressed out. You might have to stay up late nights, but you're going to get everything done. And so even if you decide to prioritize hanging out with your friends instead of doing your work, it all kind of comes out in the wash. And so there is certainly a point past the midway point of the spring semester where I am now thinking really hopefully about what the summer can be. And so I'm like in June. And so that's why I'm doing better than people who are trapped in April.
The rapture.
So there are more there are folding chairs that are tucked back over there. It's bronze. You can step on it.
Oh,
Okay. It's
Yeah.
tougher than you are.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
It's more strong than before. Yeah.
Yeah, you
How
can
do you
use the
want
right.
me to-
I would like this. You want to shoulder massage while you sit there.
Oh, there's one over there. Yeah, I don't know where to go.
That's what I thought. Thank you. See you next Tuesday.
You're acronyms.
All right, so I have none of my online people,
Want me to log in for you?
and but I want to get this going because I want to make sure that we have enough time to talk about at least some of the general themes of today and these texts. Because if I'm going to assign text, I want to talk about it. And this lecture is also being broadcast and recorded, so the people who aren't going to be able to be here should also be able to access it, and it'll also be around in the future. That said, all of it is provided that I've actually done this adequately and correctly, and there's nothing like staring at a close-up version of yourself making repetitive technical errors that makes you feel like an idiot. So, how's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Adequate. Let's say it that way. So, obviously, we haven't had as robust of a round of chats this semester as we were intending at the beginning of the term, for a variety of different reasons. So, one of the things I just want to foreground this conversation with is the fact that what we talk about over this term, it doesn't have to end now. And that's not to say that I'm going to be quizzing all of you on these readings over the course of the rest of your time with us. But if there are things that you want to dialogue about in the future that are relative to this class, it's still open. And so that's part one. Part two is that there's this really interesting thing as somebody who assigns a lot of readings when none of the readings show up within the thesis research. And I feel like that could be a symptom of people feeling like, well, it was assigned in class, I can't use it, or it was assigned in class, we talked about it, I want to use something else. I just want to state that anything you read for any of these programs, especially for folks who this book might become like massively important, or even something like this, it can be a part of your research and should be identified as such. I think one of the things that I want to see happen more is the content that's covered in my courses being identifiably useful for all of you. I hear it in conversations, not necessarily you as a group, but in previous instances in previous classes. So I just want to say, like, there's no trepidation. You can use all this research, especially for those of you who are potentially working within these some of the fields that are more earnestly addressed here. So those are the two pieces of introduction. One other point is that as far as the final assignment, you all, there's a summation essay, it's a 3-paragraph essay that asks the question, how is your artwork an extension of your values? Okay. Are you? Where are you?
I don't know. This history is off. By the time, how do y'all?
How do you have back control?
I saw it in the Hangouts.
Yeah, everyone has a notification of how do y'all for me.
How do I not?
It's in the Hangouts.
Okay. Well,
Face says, hey, 3 exclamation points.
Hmm.
So that's Joe.
Okay.
Sharon says, I don't think I'm online.
As Phil Brady, he's like coming to me with it as he's saying them.
The denial.
Feels like a wireless.
history is off. How do I turn history not off? Sorry, y'all.
As far as I know, no one can hear anything.
Oh, if you press the low gearbox and there's a conversation history. But I can't do it because you're the administrator. I'm not.
I'm not actually the administrator. It's also telling me I can't do it. I wonder if it's college wide. That's weird.
Well, I'll try to fix that.
So there is a streaming Google Hangout YouTube thing that yeah, none of the pencils are sharp in there. That's just free kit. I don't know. So this is insane. Because I'm seeing everything on my end registering. So I'm not sure why people are not able to hear what I'm saying. Is there video? Are you hearing from people that they're seeing video?
They said they don't see anything.
I don't hear anything right now, but I don't see your face.